Hey guys, and welcome to another video on this channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a Minecraft banner for your YouTube channel. This is the banner that we're going to be making, so let's get right into it. So the first thing that you want to do is open Google and just search in Blockbench. Click the first link and then click open web app. Blockbench allows you to do a lot of things, but one of the things it allows you to do is generate Minecraft titles. Before you do anything else, you're going to need to go to File and then Plugins. So I've already installed this plugin, but you can go to Available and then it should be somewhere in here, and all you have to do is click Install and then you should be able to use the Minecraft title generator. So once you've done that, just go to File, click New and then click Minecraft title. And then you have a lot of these options here, so you can choose the font, and then you can choose whatever text you want in your title. So if I'm making a banner for my channel, I'm going to type the text I want for my main text is Sensum. And then I've chosen the Minecraft Dungeons font, but you can also choose whatever font you like the most. And then make sure that the type of text is also on top. So now you can go into texture, and there's a bunch of different textures that you can try out and just see what works. I think, yeah, so if you go in, if you use the regular font, then there's a few more options. But I'm going to use the Minecraft Dungeons font because I think I prefer that, and I'm going to choose this gradient texture. So once you have a texture that you like, you can go into overlay, and then you have a couple of options here, and you can just play around with them and see what you like the most. And I'm going to go with this outline overlay. And then in style, you can just adjust the hue, or the saturation, the brightness, and the contrast. But I think this is pretty good, so I'm not going to really adjust this too much. And then you can just click finish, and then you have this text, this Minecraft Dungeons 3D text in your software. So the next thing you want to do is come over here and click add Minecraft title text. Now for this one, you want to go down to type text / angle and choose bottom. So for this text, you can choose any sort of slogan that you might have for your channel, or any other text that you want to have in your banner. So I'm just going to put all things Minecraft, and then we can go into next and then just choose a different texture for this one. I'm going to keep the outline the same, and I'm probably going to put the saturation up just a bit, so we're going to have something like that. And then we'll click finish, and then we have this. So we have our main text and then our secondary text just underneath. So you can kind of adjust this if you want. You can move up, or you can move it just back a little bit. So I think I'm pretty happy with this. So once you're completely happy with how your text looks, you can go into render and click render Minecraft title and save render, and that will download it for you in a PNG file. And then with this PNG file, just make sure you know where this is, because we're going to use it later. Once you've done that, open up Photoshop and click File, New, and then we're going to create a file with a width of 2560 and a height of 1440, and we just click create. And then so that will just make us a blank document in Photoshop. Now if you don't have Photoshop, because obviously that can be quite expensive, there are some alternatives. Photopea is a good alternative which you could try out, and you might get kind of similar results, but I'm specifically doing this tutorial for Photoshop. One other thing you can do is find a template for a YouTube banner that shows you where the different regions of the banner are. So you'll have a safe area that is visible on all devices, an area that is visible on just desktop, and then an area that is visible on TVs as well. So what you want to do first is go to your tools panel and select the triangle tool, then just drag out a triangle while holding shift. Alright, so now just duplicate this layer press Ctrl J to duplicate, drag this across, and then we can just rotate this 180 degrees and then just move it in so it's roughly something like that. And then we can merge these two layers together. Rasterize layers, click merge layers. So now we can press Ctrl C to copy, go file, new, and then make a new file from the clipboard and paste our triangles into this new file. Make sure you hide the background. And now we're going to turn this into a pattern. So if you go to edit and you come down to define pattern, we can make this into a pattern. We can choose a name, so we call it I'm just going to call it pattern, so that's fine, or triangle pattern. Click OK, and now we got that as a pattern. So now we can come back into our main file. We can delete this now, and so the next thing we need to go to is the patterns window. If you don't have this, go to Windows and select patterns, and it should be up here. So now if we click on our background and double click on our pattern, click OK, and we have something kind of like that. Okay, so now we've got the pattern on our screen. We can just kind of adjust it to its roughly kind of even, somewhere like that. Doesn't have to be too exact. Then we can come down here to where our pattern is and right click, click rasterize layer. So now we can move around, and it's not a pattern anymore, it's just a layer, a normal layer. So I want to shrink this a bit, so I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller, something like that, and then just duplicate it and move it across. Make sure they both line up. So if we do something like that, then that makes sure that the pattern is still seamless. So we can do that multiple times until the pattern covers the entire screen, basically. Alright, so once you've done that, you should have something like this. Make sure to merge all your layers together, and then you can probably just give it one more last kind of final adjustment to make sure it's positioned how you want it. So I think I'm happy with something like that. Alright, so the next thing we can do is make a new layer, and then we can go to our gradient tool, and then just make sure you select a gradient that you want. Maybe you might have a color palette for your channel that you want to use for this. So just use a gradient or a color palette that you like, and then just pull out your gradient, something like that, and that should be good. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is go to your pattern layer, go to image adjustments, hue and saturation, and just set the lightness all the way down so it's completely black. Now go to the blending options and just choose something that you like. You can play around with this, but I'm going to go with soft light, and then we can also put the opacity kind of just down a little bit, so it's something like this. So another thing you can do as well is if you just go back to hue and saturation, you can just kind of select colorize and then just mess around a little bit with the lightness and the saturation until you get somewhere that you're pretty happy with. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how this is looking so far. So next, make another layer, select your brush tool, and make sure that you've selected the soft round brush, and just make sure it's really big. And now select your color as black, and then just go around the edges and just kind of add a bit of a border to these edges here, just something like this. And then go to the blending options and set that to something like soft light. Set the opacity somewhere around maybe 30%, and so that's good. And then so the next thing we can do is we can go into our files and then just drag in our title that we made earlier. So now just kind of scale it down until you're happy with how big it is, And this is the time where you might want to open up your guidelines and just scale it down. Make sure that it fits inside the safe area. So that means that no matter what device you're viewing it on, they'll all be able to see the title. So now I'm pretty happy with the placement. I can hide the template layer again. And so the last thing I want to do is just go to my Minecraft title, click on effects, and then go to stroke. And so make sure that the position is set to outside, and the opacity is somewhere around 50-55%, and the color is white. And I've also got the size at about 9 pixels. But you can kind of play around with this and just see what works for you. But once you're done with that, click OK, and that is your Minecraft banner done. So this is what it would look like if you were just viewing it on a regular desktop, and I think it looks pretty good. It's quite simple, but I think it's simple and effective. So all you need to do now is just export the file. So you go to export, quick export as PNG, and then you can just save it as whatever you want. So I'll just call it banner, and then you're ready to upload that to your YouTube channel and upload your new banner. So yeah guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, make sure to drop a like and a subscribe, and let me know what you want to see in the future, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.